Everyone, it's Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your full moon in Pisces message. I will begin with Aries and work my way around the zodiac wheel here, ending at Pisces. Each zodiac sign will have their own video. I've set the intentions of this message to be for your sun, moon, rising, as well as your Venus placements. So you're welcome to look at any of them. If you're not sure what your placements are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Take a look at that site and then just come back here and watch the full moon in Pisces video for the respective placement that you wish to view. Also, keep in mind that this is a collective general reading. That means it is not individualized nor personalized to you. So messages may come through today that don't fully resonate. And if that happens, don't get upset. It just means that one message is meant for someone else of your sign or your sign's placement. So just take what fits, how it fits, and leave what doesn't. With all of that said, let's begin. Hello, Aquarius. Let's take a look at your full moon in Pisces message. You have Fool's Embrace, Transmuting Pain, card number 22. I always look at this card as like pre-Fool card energy, like before we take the leap of faith here, because it's embracing the Fool's journey, but not quite yet on the Fool's journey. And then you have New Moon in Aquarius. Oh my God, it's your card. Open up to change. Yeah, be open to change, because I feel like the new beginning is here. It's here. It's a moonrise, cleansing. Yeah, so you're cleansing your life at this time of a particular pattern, habit, thought process, situation, environment, connection. What it is different for all of you. I don't feel like the break from that is an easy one. There might be some pain or some hurt or some loss involved. There's something here about transmuting that pain into power so you can take that leap of faith, right? Have a trust fall with the universe and be open to that change and start this new path or this new journey here for yourself, whatever it may be, right? It's different for all of you. So let's get into tarot now. What else does Aquarius need to know about this? I just saw the Three of Wands card, which is the card of looking out into the future and turning one's back to the past and ready to forge ahead. I believe that is the astrological placement of the sun in Aries. So we're just getting ready, right, to take that inspired action. So tell me more about this here for Aquarius, please. Sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus. I just saw the Seven of Cups. What else do they need to know about these cards and their full moon and Pisces message? What else do they need to know? One more shuffle here. Thank you. First card out, the Two of Wands, which would be the Fool's Embrace, right? Because this is the contemplation of, I think I'm ready to take the jump. I think I'm ready for the Three of Wands. Open up to change is clarified by strength. Cleansing is clarified by Eight of Cups. I did say there's something here you are walking away from. And again, thought process, pattern, situation, environment, connection. We'll see if the cards reveal more. We have Knight of Pentacles to the Two of Wands. So this is a move you've been thinking about for quite some time. It's not new for most of you anyway. You have Strength to the King of Cups, opening up your heart to this change, accepting it emotionally, right? Becoming emotionally stable or emotionally comfortable with the concept of change. And then the Eight of Cups to the Lover's card. Literally cannot make it up. So for most of you, this is connection-based. And if you don't want to see it as connection-based, then you can see it as you are cleansing yourself of a situation, environment, connection, habit, pattern, etc., etc. And it is of your choice. It is your choosing. And I think for most of you, it's a relationship. But again, it doesn't necessarily have to be. Either way, whether it is or it isn't, it's your choice to do this. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Wands, which is I'm standing my ground on making this change. Page of Swords, I'm acquiring more information on how to make the change. Tower, so then I can make the change and, oh God, I got to take this. Because you know the change leads you to the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles and the Sun card energy. But first, you have to become Nine of Pentacles, free, autonomous, independent of the situation, environment, connection, habit, pattern, etc., etc. Okay, it's going to be an interesting read. And I think I had mentioned earlier in the year that Pluto entering your sign would be because Pluto can be quite destructive, right? Pluto is technically the death card in tarot, scorpionic energy. So Pluto comes in and radically transforms or radically ends something. And when it comes into your life, and especially for a sign, because it'll be in your sign for a long time, like a very long time. So now that Pluto has moved into your sign, it's starting to force the Aquarius collective to review their lives and review where they want their lives to be. And so for some of you, it's possible that a year or two or 10 years ago, you would have never foresaw yourself making the change or changes that you're about to make. But you almost feel compelled now. And some of you may be wondering, where's this coming from? And it's just your internal compass trying to move you onto the new path or in the new direction. So tell me more about the Knight of Pentacles to the Two of Wands, because some of you have already been contemplating this for a while, and others of you have been feeling that urge within. Because I think Pluto officially went into your sign. It was like tail end of November, but it retrograded back for a little bit into Capricorn, and then officially planted itself into your sign, where it'll be transiting for, like I said, for quite some time. I just saw the High Priestess card. I'm going to put that back in the deck. So yes, I feel like intuitively you have felt a shift. Now, I saw the first group of Aquarians make the shift early on in 2025, but they were already gearing up for it as of last year. And I kept saying there will be a second wave and there will be a third wave and possibly a fourth wave, because we're seeing that with Pisces now. It's like the ones holding on to the back of the bumper are finally starting to let go. Taurus is now having the third wave for the Taurian collective. At least, again, that's what I have seen from reading the cards. And so I feel like for the Aquarius collective, this will be the second wave. And I do feel it's very significant in size. It may not include all of you, but you will all converge or merge onto the new timeline eventually, because you're meant to leave where you're at, or you're meant to give up that habit that you have, or that pattern, again, whatever this is for you. And this is the universe's way of creating a tower moment. I was going to say tower momenting, I guess, tower momenting you onto the shift. Knight of Pentacles to the Two of Wands here for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Clarified by the Ten of Cups. This is what you are in search of, because you're currently at the Eight of Cups, which is emotional discontentment. The moon, this full moon in Pisces, will be huge in transforming the way you view happiness and the way you view your long-term happiness. And then you have the Queen of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups. I almost feel like this is an act of self-love. This is you saying, I want to nurture my happiness and nurture myself moving forward. So perhaps for some of you, that was something that you have not been doing. And again, through a habit, through a pattern, a situation, environment, or connection. Tell me more about that Queen of Pentacles to the Moon card. Because I think you understand the concept of happiness. And I think you understand that where you're at, you're currently not happy, or whatever you're doing, you're currently not happy with it. And so you know that there's this cleansing that's needed to your internal and your external world. But I don't think you realize what an act of self-love this truly would be. Like, I think you're just looking at it as, I will be happier when I do blank, or when I move in this direction, or I relocate, or I leave this person, or whatever this is for you, or I start a new job. But I don't think you really understand how it will impact other aspects of your life. It's not just you being happy. There's a sense of freedom here that I don't think you have fully understood, or fully appreciated, or fully experienced in your life. I feel like where you've been trapped, because there's such a feeling here of like elated freedom. This is like someone who has been in a prison for 20 years and they're finally released from it. You know, I'm not calling you a criminal. I'm just saying that's the, oh my God, there's sun on my face and there's no barbed wire around me. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting. So tell me more about the Queen of Pentacles to the Moon here, to the Ten of Cups. Tell me more about this here. One more shuffle. Thank you. This is being clarified. Two of Swords. Yeah, you can't see it. I don't think you can see all of the benefits you'll actually get from this move. At least not yet. The Hierophant card, and then the Hermit. This will be bottom of the deck, Temperance. Oh my God. Got some heavy hitters here with the Hierophant, the Hermit, and the Temperance. This is not just 3D ascension, like that you're moving up to a better job or a different relationship, you know, connection or something like that. This is like spiritual ascension as well. That's what I mean by, I don't think you see how beneficial this change will be to you. You have an idea and you've known it for quite some time. That's why you're getting ever closer to embracing the Fool's Journey. And that's card number 22, reduces to 4, which talks about your structure and stability. But it's also your structure and stability in terms of your spiritual structure and your spiritual stability. This is huge. Tell me more about the King of Cups to the Strength card, because I think this change requires you to be strong, resilient, persistent. And I almost feel like you need to have your heart open to this. Otherwise, you may resist it. I think you have to love yourself here. The King and Queen of Cups are individuals who love themselves unconditionally. They've mastered the art of it. And there's something here about you needing to love yourself more than the situation, environment, connection, habit, pattern, etc., that you're leaving behind. Tell me more about the King of Cups here to the Strength card. One more shuffle here. Thank you. This is being clarified by the Three of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Death card. Wow. What is the Three of Swords to the Five of Swords? So you have at least one other individual here who will not be pleased with the move that you're making. Whether this is the boss, the friend, the lover. They are not happy with this radical. They see it as radical. You've been contemplating this for a long time. Knight of Pentacles to the Two of Wands is like, I've been thinking about this for up to the last year. For some of you, it could be years. So it's not new to you. It might be new to this person, but it's not new to you. I almost feel like part of the reason why you haven't, like if this is a job or an environment living situation or a relationship, I feel like you know that this person will be hurt with your departure. You just don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear the cries. You don't, you know what I mean? You don't want to hear the whining. You don't want to hear them say, I don't want you to go. I feel like if you knew that you could exit this seamlessly with no pushback, no squawking, this is a bird squawking in your ear, you would have done it already. I think this is what you're fearing. Tell me more about this, please. Three of Swords to the Five of Swords to the Death card. One more shuffle here. Thank you. I think in one of your readings, I said this person will not go quietly into that good night. I'm pretty sure. Three of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles. So your independence, remember we saw that Nine of Pentacles. 3 plus 6 is 9. Do you owe this person something? Do you owe, it's almost like this person would compromise with you on this move if you give them something. So it's a job that wants more than 2 weeks notice. It's the partner that wants money, you know, whether that is divvying up assets. It's a business partner that wants to see the business dissolved so they can get their share. And so for some of you, this is like you got to pay your way out of here. You have to pay the bridge toll in order to cross the bridge. And you may not want to deal with the emotional and psychological confrontation that comes with that. That's at least for someone watching here. I just heard, how much is your freedom worth? Oof. I remember going through that with my divorce, and we decided not to get attorneys. We just thought, you know, and I don't know if this is a divorce for you. And I don't know why I'm being told to share this with you, but I got to a point 3 years in where he was dragging his feet. I was in my new house. He was still in the marital home. And we decided not to get attorneys because we were going to split amicably. And man, he was dragging his feet. And at some point, it was right around the 3-year mark, I said, you know what? If you just move out of the house and sell the home, we pay off the mortgage company, whatever's left, we'll split the equity. You can keep everything else. And he was like, his whole tune changed. And he was like, really? I was like, I don't want any of the furniture except for the dining room table and hutch because I bought that. And he was like, fine. And he was like, I can keep everything else. I was like, you keep everything else. You can even keep my underwear that I left there when I left 3 years ago. You could keep literally everything. And he did. And then it came down to alimony and stuff. And I was like, you can even have that. There are other things that I negotiated. I have an 1860 Victorian. He did pay for the new Anderson windows to get installed. He gave me some money to fix up my car. So that would hold me off for a few years. I didn't have to worry about buying a new vehicle. There were just little, and I say little things because he's financially well off. Plus he got to keep all the furniture, which was quite expensive. So I knew that he would sell it or use it. You know, he would recover his money. So, and he was fine. I mean, after that, he agreed within 15 minutes. It was the fastest divorce approved in my county in over 120 years or something like that. So that's how quick it was. It was like a 15-minute turnaround from when the judge got the paperwork to when they sent it back, stamped and signed. I almost want to say to you, how much is your freedom worth? Because in that moment, I felt like it's where I could not progress. I was already in another relationship, living in another place, but I was still tied, you know, financially. I was still tied to him, and I just wanted to be done. I didn't want the tie anymore. So this is almost like, it's almost like it'll be worth paying whatever the heck it is here that you have to pay. Or if you have to give this job 1 month notice or 2 months notice before you leave, it's like whatever it takes. This is like a whatever it takes. See it very clearly. You can make more money. You can't make more time. And that's what got me. I had a conversation with a friend, and she was like, Jay, most of my friends call me Jay. She's like, Jay, you're going to make more money. I'm like, I know, but I'm literally leaving myself with nothing. And at that point, I had no income. She's like, Jay, you got time. Stop losing time. And she's right. It's our most valuable commodity. So it's like whatever you have to pay to just get out of this, or whatever you have to give. Because I feel like you've already lost enough. Lovers to the Eight of Cups. Tell me about this Lovers to the Eight of Cups here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Lovers to the Eight of Cups is clarified by the Two of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and the Five of Cups. Bottom of the deck, the Chariot. What is that Two of Cups? What is the Two of Cups here? One more shuffle here. Four of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Two of Pentacles. This is maybe for one Aquarius watching. You have someone else. You're holding on to someone else that you want structure and stability with. There's someone else here. There's someone else. And this is why I'm saying that time with this person is worth more than the money you will lose with this person. It's like God or source will pay you back for what you lose here. You think, oh, I have 6 pentacles. I have to give this person half. I'm leaving with 3 pentacles. But you end up with 10. You end up making back what you lost. You also have someone else, most of you. And if not, you meet them very soon. I mean, you meet them within like 5 months of leaving this person, which is soon. Sort of reminds me of my story where I met my person within 3 months of leaving my marriage. So there's something like that. If you know this person, they're waiting for you. They're waiting for you. And if you don't know this person, you meet them within 5 months of wrapping this up. Interesting. Okay. 7 of Wands, Page of Swords, and the Sun card. Well, we've got that Tower. I want to clarify the Tower. Tell me more about the Tower here for Aquarius. Because I feel like whenever you give whatever this is, the resignation, or you're telling a friend you don't want to be their friend anymore, or you're cutting off this family member, this could even be a community group for all I know that you volunteer with and you're like, I'm done, right? There's something here, or the spouse or the partner, that when you do it, you need to be determined. Like, this is the line, right? Like, I'm giving you my notice. That day is my last day. I'm asking for the divorce. It's not even I'm asking. I was just told to correct that. I'm telling you. I'm serving you. I'm not asking you. You're not asking for a permission to leave the situation, environment, or connection. You're notifying them. And the notification is small. The notification that you're blowing up the taco stand, figuratively speaking, it's small. Tell me more about the Tower here. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The World card. Do you see how many times I shuffled? You just can't make. This is why I love tarot. 4 swords and the 6 of cups. I'm telling you, some of you have someone else. If not, you meet them very soon. It's like literally once you close this out and you start your healing process, your healing journey, that 6 of cups to the Sun card comes rolling in. My 6 of cups to the Sun card just messaged me. And I'm going to take that as a sign, because that was someone I met within months of separating. So I'm going to take that as a sign. You either connect with this person if you know them, or you find, if you're totally, leaving us, you find a new person, or you're leaving the job. It's like then that the new professional soulmate comes on path, and then you have a new boss or new business partner. So some of you know this person, and it could be people, right? If it's like a work environment. But for others of you, it's like while you're healing, they come in. King of Swords, Knight of Swords, 8 of Wands. I'm telling you, that it comes in quick. You offer the opportunity, the soulmate, whoever this is for you. I just saw Queen of Cups. I have a King to a Queen of Cups. I'm an Aquarius rising. This is not my message, although I have been thinking of quitting smoking. So maybe for me, it's the final push to like cleanse, right? Detox myself and embrace the fool's journey of, and it probably will be like the 4th or 5th time in my life I've quit smoking. So you're going to have to interpret the message how it resonates to you. Not everyone is leaving a person. And I do have support, right? In leaving, I do have people that will help me in this recovery journey, because it is an addiction, right? That I'm giving up. But where you're leaving a person, like a partner or a spouse or something, you either have someone else or you meet them very soon there afterwards. Let's wrap up your reading now with, actually, I want to give you some advice. I know that I had said, pay whatever you have to pay. I just saw the King of Wands. It's almost like it would be worth it. But I just want to get you 3 more cards of advice on this person. 3 more cards of advice if this is a person that you're leaving. And I'm going to narrow it down even further for those of you where it's a romantic partner. So for the Aquarians leaving a romantic partner, 3 cards of advice for them on this, please. One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the 9 of Wands, standing your ground when you oh, wow. When you communicate this, 9 of Wands, Knight of Swords, and the Chariot. This is standing your ground when you give them the communication that you're leaving. It's not open for discussion. The compromise comes in when I'm leaving the job, right? Do you need another week for me to work here? Okay, I can compromise on that. You want to sell the house and split the equity? I can compromise on that. But you're not asking for permission to leave. You're not 5 years old. You're not asking for a hallway pass to go to the bathroom. You know what I mean? You're not in kindergarten. So there's something here about you standing your ground. That 7 of Wands and the 9 of Wands. There's nothing to argue about, and there's no compromise to be made in terms of the departure. That's your advice there. So now I want to get you 3 cards. And we'll just wrap it up with, we'll see what comes out in terms of advice here for you. But man, are you close to this? And I love that we saw the World card there to the Tower, because I just feel like it confirmed the whole message. And if this is a habit for some of you, like for me, quitting smoking, this attempt to quit, it's over. Like you would not be going back to the habit or the pattern or anything like that. 3 cards of advice here for Aquarius. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Magician, the Devil. 2 cards came out with this. The 10 of Swords and the High Priestess. Bottom of deck, Judgment. That's huge. This is your advice now, okay? 2 messages here. Oof, look at it. I'm getting all goosebumps. They call them goosebumps. I call them spirituals, but goosebumps. 2 messages here. You are manifesting an ending to a toxic situation, environment, or connection. But you can't just hope and pray for the ending. You have to utilize all 4 aces of the Magician to create the ending from this toxic situation, environment, connection, habit. And then in the High Priestess energy, you have to believe that the ending is coming, because those are the 3 components to manifesting. The ask, right? You're asking source, you're asking the prophets, whomever it is that you believe in, whoever, whatever it is that you pray to. So you're asking for assistance. Then you're using all 4 aces to close this out, wrap this up, end this again, whatever this is for you. And then you're wholeheartedly believing in your intuition that it will happen. And if not today, it'll be tomorrow. But I know it's going to happen because I'm working in concert with the divine to create this ending. I'm not just hoping and praying for it. I'm literally doing it. And then you have a second message here. This individual will use words to try to destroy you. I know that sounds so horrible. The Magician to the Devil is, I mean, if the 7 of Swords were there, I would be like, pfft. But this is bad enough. It's one of my worst combinations, or I should say my least favorite combinations in tarot, because it tells me you're dealing with a highly manipulative person. And this is an individual, 10 of Swords, that throws daggers in your back on the way out. But if this portion of the message is resonating for you, the High Priestess energy, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. This person gets very nasty, verbally aggressive and abusive when they don't get what they want. And so if that's the type of caliber of person you're dealing with, this is just letting you know that you need to prepare for that. It's not to dissuade you from moving forward. It's just saying, heads up, if you know this person is toxic and they use words of manipulation, or they're going to call you horrible names on the way out the door, just brace yourself for it. That's all. Because once it's over, you're not going back. So let them say what they have to say and then leave. You know what I mean? Like as you're exiting, or they get the papers and then they call you screaming at you. Okay, thank you. Hang up the phone. There's something like that. Like if they were to behave that way, afterwards, you just go silent. High Priestess is silent. High Priestess and Hermit, 2 of the most silent cards in tarot. They don't need to say anything. So it's like if the person behaves that way, manipulative tactics, get your words out, Jen. And if they try manipulative tactics, or they're literally throwing verbal daggers at you, you're an SOB, you're whatever they're going to say to you. And it's probably going to be horrible with the 10 of Swords. Just go silent and go within. You know better. What they think of you, what they say about you does not define who you are. But I feel an attempt at character assassination, and I don't think it's to other people. This seems very one-on-one. Everyone on all of the cards here only show one person. So I don't think they're like going around and telling everyone, but it's like to your face, or you could get a nasty text or email, something like that. Just, I wouldn't even read it, to be quite honest with you, but this is just preparing you that it's possible that this person does this. But I think the first message is the biggest. You need to be committed. The devil card is Saturn and Capricorn, and a high vibing Capricorn, which is your neighbor sign on the zodiacal wheel. When they set their mind to do something, they do it. If you know a high vibing Capricorn, they want to lose 20 pounds, they lose 25 pounds. You know, they want a new job, they apply to 100 different places every single freaking day until they land the job. So this is also saying if you want to manifest this ending and co-create with the divine, you need to be dedicated to the ending. Like, you actually now have to make the effort. So that's all this is saying. And then again, when the ending happens, just go silent, especially if this person is nasty. You have Judgment, you have Temperance, and you have the Nine of Pentacles, Justice at the bottom of the deck. Again, there's just something here about going silent. You did the right thing. You listened to your intuition, and this person's behavior at the end of whatever this is, as you're trying to become free and autonomous of them, should give you absolute clarity about why you decided to become independent and autonomous of that type of person. So I just kind of feel like what they're saying here on the way out the door will further confirm why you had to walk out that door. That is what I have for you, Aquarius. If you like that message, it resonated with you, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. I love where you're headed. You've got a bump here to get there. I'm not going to lie, but it is literally the best thing you can do for yourself. So despite the pain, or despite the hardship, or the worries, or the insecurities, it's time to embrace the fool's journey and take a leap of faith. I have a feeling the universe is going to be there to catch you, my friend, towards the happiness and the success and the abundance that you deserve. If you like that message and it resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out your other placements. And until I read for you again, I wish you luck with this. And as always, I'm sending you light, love, and peace.